Here's Paddy Power's latest horse racing offer. It's money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second to the SP Fav at one meeting every day this month. Paddy Power, you're welcome. Max free bet £25, 18 plus, please gamble responsibly.
Hi there, Bruce Millington, Paul Keeley, David Jennings, and from Paddy Power, Brendan Duke. We've looked at Saturday, let's look at Sunday. Decent card at the Curragh, featuring the race named after everyone's favourite parrot. It's the See the Stars Pretty Polly Stakes, and it features the absolute aeroplane minding. So we better start with that one. Only 4 opponents. I'm presuming, Brendan Duke, that Paddy Power are not giving much away with minding.
1 to 4, Bruce.
Okay.
8 to 1 Cora, 10 to 1 Speedy Boarding, 12 to 1 Lucida, and 33 is the Baka.
Okay, right. Well, are we just talking forecasts here, Kills? We're presuming we're not going to look beyond minding, are we?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, she's having quite a testing time of things, isn't she? Running 3 classics already. No easy race at the Curragh, no easy race at Epsom, but I mean, she does look sort of head and shoulders above these, doesn't she? I'd take Cora for second place. I think she's going to continue improving this year, but they are giving them chunks of weight to the 3-year-old as well, who's a very good one. So
there's no question here, is there, Kills, that the Oaks, I mean, obviously Architecture didn't run very well at Ascot, that the Oaks is just absolutely one of the most appalling classics ever run, and that she may not have run as marvellously as we all thought at the time.
I mean, I wouldn't mind betting that she doesn't really stay 1.5 miles, but she's just a class got her through, and it looked like a strong staying performance at the end of the day. But
she got beat by Jet Setting the time before, who didn't do any franking at Ascot.
Yeah, but that was on bottomless ground, and I'm convinced she doesn't particularly like that, and the Jet Setting does.
I'm not trying to diss her here. I was just merely trying to debate and make sure we're fully covered off in case anyone's looking.
You're talking about a 4-to-1 on shot. I mean, it's not the sort of thing I'd ever bet anyway. I'd take Cora to be second place. I think she's going to continue improving this season. I like to return, but minding, I think she'll win.
Okay, minding and Cora is the Keeley forecast. What about you, DJ?
That's the David Jennings forecast as well.
How nice you're agreeing with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I fancy Cora to finish ahead of Speedy Boarding. Backyard has gone a bit sour, I think. Lucida will hate the ground. Well, if the rain comes, she'll hate the ground, and she's been disappointing, really, hasn't she? And it looks very straightforward stuff, which is very worrying. Might need to be Cora.
Okay, and Brendan, I think are you still a Lucida fan, or is that candle gone out?
No, I am definitely a Lucida fan, and all these runs on the wrong ground will make her a big prize for the Falmouth. If she gets her ground in the Falmouth, she's a huge runner.
It's only a couple of weeks away. It'll be bottomless then as well.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's just this rain's playing havoc, isn't it? It's really not good. So, will you be having a bet, Brendan, at the Curragh in this race in the Pretty Polly?
Probably not, but if I was, it would be Cora without minding.
Will you be going?
Certainly will.
Will you?
Be going both days.
Oh, excellent.
Didn't happen by accident either, Bruce. Failed.
Jolly good road to work.
Yeah. Failed to prepare to fail, as Keano would say.
And when are the boys in green back in action?
Sunday, 2 o'clock.
Sunday, yeah. So it's going to be.
Yeah.
You'll hope it's on the big screen, I guess, won't you? Or do you not really care, Brennan? If you're there for business, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't follow soccer, so I don't.
Oh, do you not?
No. So
you didn't get any pleasure at all from that momentous
moment? Well, I liked it. No. It was great, and actually, I knew they had scored because I was cycling home, and people just started randomly beeping their horns, and I was cycling in a straight line, so it wasn't me. So it was great that the nation rose up and beeped their horns at that goal, but it just doesn't do anything for me.
That's because there's no helmet on.
Yeah. It's always nice when nations show togetherness and unity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not that we'd know. Okay, right. Where should we go next? Is there anything else on the card?
There's some interesting races
that you boys want. Okay, right. David, you first. Give us one from the undercard.
Small fields is the order of the day. We've got very small fields. I like Chemical Charge to beat Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton somehow managed to win a race. We've got an unbelievable ride. Ryan Moore had a shocking week, but he gave this an unbelievable ride in Wolverton. It's a horse that needs cover, needs things to happen right. I don't think a small field is what Sir Isaac Newton wants. I think Chemical Charge, who was entered in the Hardwick, didn't turn up, was back to Portage, won the Royal Hunt Cup on his first start for Dare Lines, was 2 out of 2 for Race Beckett from Price
I'm going to, David, I'm going to have to stop you there because we're getting about 50% of that. Go and stand on some high ground and we'll come back to you in a sec. But chemical charge is your fancy. Now, Brendan, you sounded like you've got the bit between your teeth here. It sounds like you fancy your chances.
Well, could I pick up the David Jennings baton and run with it? This chemical charge, I backed this the last day. It was Derby Day, a dark day for me, but it was Derby Day in the Curragh and I was there. Very good looking horse. So I backed him because I thought he was going to get the soft lead. He really needs a mile and a half. But they decided to hold him up off no gallop. Now, I understand why. He was off a 2-year layoff. They probably just wanted to see what they had. But I suspect he'd be making this a much sterner pace over 10 furlongs on soft ground that he handles very hard.
And to add to that, Brendan, I did a feature with Colin Keane, and he was one of the horses we mentioned. And he said they had done very, very little with chemical charge at home before it ran into Curragh. They just were testing the water, so there should be heaps of improvement to come.
Should be. Well, I tell you what was
that dreaded bounce factor doesn't come.
Well, I tell you what was interesting, Dave. They hammered him in the betting close to the off. The late cash screams loudest. He was 4-1 into 5-2 in about 2 minutes.
Okay,
it was
right.
a messy betting race that day, wasn't it?
It was.
Any other calls for Curragh, David?
The Curragh Cup is very disappointing. I backed Cymro. Is it Cymro with Tom Bascom's at Royal Ascot? He never went to yard. I have no idea what happened. Cymro. I have no idea what happened, but it's a desperate race. He's rated £4 higher than ever now. It's not to give weight away, but if he could bounce back to the form at Chester, I think he would probably win. And in the last race, the 5:55, I thought Eddie Stone Rock in great form for Johnny Murtha and Conor King. Just travels like a dream. Might be able to complete the hat-trick.
Okay, Brendan, anything else for you there?
Yes, just get there early, Bruce, and watch out for Glen Eagle's full brother Taj Mahal, who you won't be shocked to hear we've been laying for the guineas before he's ever run.
Yeah, got so many good names for their horses, aren't they? Taj Mahal, that's lovely. Yeah. Excellent. And so you think that'll kick off a great career potentially, yeah?
Well, potentially. I mean, you obviously have the caveats when it comes to Aidan, like with that Churchill. He got beat first time up because he was completely clueless. But it'd be just interesting to see how he runs.
Okay, 3:30 at Utoxeter. Some good old mates from the jumps game there, Kills.
What a Warrior's got a nice low weight for a horse that likes decent ground. As long as it don't get any more rain, I might have a look at that one.
Okay, let's do Sunday best bets. If you only got one bet on Sunday, what's your one for Sunday, David?
Oh, chemical charge all the way.
Is that your one as well, Brendan?
It is.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for listening. We are back on Monday when we'll look back at the weekend. Should be some decent talking points, and we'll look ahead to Saturday week's big race, which is the Coral Eclipse, weather permitting.
The Race and Postcast, in association with Paddy Power, they prize support UK and Irish racing the night before.